Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Mason from Mason Works Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my friends Viivika Sophia and David Maria. Hi, guys.
Hi, Kathy.
Oh, we got an echo. And David Maria. Hi, guys. Is that you, David? Oh, we got an echo.
I'll wait till you sort your audio stream out.
David, do you have a Facebook open?
I can hear you, but it's looping.
Okay. Do you want to come out and come back in? Okay. Do you want to come Viivika and I can talk for a few minutes and then you could come back in if you want. Viivika and I can talk for It wasn't doing that 10 minutes ago. Well, good morning, Viivika. So I am so excited to introduce you to people that may not have ever heard of the Eden template and to know a little bit more about what the opportunity is for self-growth and self-love and for our future, really, for multi-generations by doing this Eden template work. Could you explain a little bit about it from your perspective? I know I've been a member of classes for 2.5, 3 years or something. So, but you have a different experience with it. Could you share a little bit about it?
Yeah, I can share from my personal perspective. So, how Eden templates is our, we can call this also our soul blueprint. And what it means when we activate this within us, it's always through the self-love. This is first step. And when it's activated within us, then we, step by step, we're starting to embody this divine perfection that we are. And that means that we will heal our traumas and release them, release this illusion of separation from ourself as source. And then we will embody more and more our true self, which is divine love. And when we're talking about divine love, we're not talking about this, what human beings usually, as human beings usually thinking about love. This is very essence of our beingness, and it includes all these beautiful qualities as joy and abundance and peace. And this is very foundational energy of ourselves. And when we're talking about unity consciousness, then this is the very essence of unity consciousness is divine love, which is connection between all of us. And the more we embodying that, the more we will be this really unique expression of ourselves. And when we're talking about unity, then many people may think that when we all united as one, then how we can be so unique. But this is, we will be more and more unique the more we are united, because we are embodying this, our unique soul expression. We will become again this unique fractal of source. And when we're thinking about this old matrix, old world that right now is falling apart, then there we felt all the time the separation, and we tried to find this connection between with other people, with other beings, but we try to find that by copying each other. But it was, and when we did that, we lose our unique expression. And this is not unity. This is not this true connection. But by embodying this hidden template, our soul blueprint, we're stepping into unity consciousness and becoming this our true self, source in form.
And a diamond can have lots and lots and lots and lots of facets.
Yes.
Each one is unique, and it's still a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I had asked David was about the Eden templates for people that haven't ever experienced it and don't know what the teachings are. I was asking Viivika because Viivika has a very practical way of looking at it, that it's usable. The transcendence and the liberation, the freedom that you get from connecting to that energy and remembering who you are is actually usable. It's practical. It's what we were supposed to be until we painted all these other layers on top of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is total freedom. This is, if you can imagine how it feels to be your true self in every moment, that we don't need any more pretend that we are somebody else, and it's in every moment we will who we are, and will activate our heart magnetics, and we will unite with our true heart, with higher heart. And will totally transform our life, all realities. They are really aligned with this, our true essence, who we are. So it is really practical also, yes.
I was curious if Kathy was saying that my approach is not practical too. So I'm just laughing with you, Kathy.
The reason I asked is that I really think that people don't understand the path that you're offering. And because I've been privileged to be a part of it, I've seen the difference in how I walk in the world by releasing the fear and the pain, these overlays that are actually on our consciousness that may be generational, they may be ancestral, but we chose these parents to have these bodies, to have these experiences in this life. But this is a time that we can be free of the things that no longer serve us, that we may have already learned the lesson, or the lesson is no longer relevant. So that's why I asked. So David, for your aspect, the Eden template is something that you had experience after experience after experience to open you up to a different way of seeing reality, to a more expansive, almost a shamanic type experiences. And then you went to
not almost.
well, okay. So, but without giving them the whole Africa story, what I'd love for people that don't know you, because there's still lots of people joining this conversation that are just brand new to their role in their lives. They're just starting. They're past the personal development stage, and they want spiritual development. And so that's where I wanted to let them know about the Eden template. Could you talk a little bit about that for the new people?
Yes, I can. So
Okay.
at its core, remember that being here, taking incarnation here, coming to this planet is school, and this is a mastery level school. And each and every one of us, our homework, if you will, is to learn how to master ourselves in our own energy. And even though I have been on a very, very extensive journey, it seems like it never ends ever since 2018 when I went to Africa. I would like to point out that at the exact same moment that I was initiated in Kenya, in Africa, Viivika was also initiated to a full body Kundalini awakening when she was in Finland, and her and I hadn't met yet. And it was the same initiation, it was the same awakening. And we've been working on mastering ourselves in our own way until we finally met with each other. And now we do that mastery work together, because now we know that we are the same being, we are one soul. there is I mean, yes, obviously you can just look and tell that I'm different from her, but we are the same being. I'm her, she's me. What she feels, I feel. What I feel, she feels. And more often than that, if I'm talking, she will just complete whatever it is that I'm saying without hearing whatever words that I was going to use. That flows back and forth with us. And that's the same thing that is happening with everybody. Energies on the planet right now are so big and so intense. Let's just say amplified, not intense, because they're not too intense. They're just amplified. They're very strong. And it is pushing everybody. And I do mean everybody. It's pushing them to let go of all of the things that no longer serve you. And what that really means is, if there's anything in you that is unlike love, it is going to come up to the surface to be released. And that can be easy, or, as has been famously said by more than a few people, including myself, we can be drug kicking and screaming. We will go there. It just depends upon how much ease we wish to introduce into the process. But it is happening. And the teachings, if you will, or the classes that Viivika and I offer, they are designed to help you reconnect to yourself, to source, so that you remember who you are. There's nothing to be discovered here. There's nothing to find out. We are already everything and more than we're looking for, that we believe about ourselves. We are source. Every single one of us. We are a unique expression of that divine love. And we're here to learn that and remember that. And that happens through mastery. That happens through releasing everything inside of us. As we were preparing a few days ago, as we were preparing in the process of refining this class that we're offering this weekend, I realized that through, let's just say, the roughness or the challengingness of my childhood, that I was completely disconnected from myself, even though I'm not. And it just came present that there was an entirely deeper level that I needed to reconnect deep inside of myself, to continue the work that we all are doing. That may sound simplistic, because I wasn't disconnected, but at the same time, I realized that there was much more to be able to go deeper. And that often happens when we're preparing for a class. Is a transmission comes in, and we begin to flow with that transmission. And yet, before that transmission can fully embody in us, it has to fully embody in us, and that means anything that is in us that needs to be looked at or felt and released is going to come up. It's going to come up. So it's always fun.
Well, so the benefit for people that are starting their journey is that you have the freedom from the known classes that are available on your website that I was fortunate enough to take in group with people that start the releasing of the obstacles to you being love and joy. That's the peeling away. And then this class, that's the Equinox class for a transformative shamanic journey through the ancient Redwoods, which I've never been to the Redwoods, but wow. Could you talk a little bit? You just were mentioning that well, first of all, what I want to do is I want to acknowledge and thank you for doing the work before each one of these classes, because it shows. So it really, you're a clear, clean guide, Sherpa guide to other people.
It's the only way these classes can come to be.
Right.
In order to be able to share anything, it has to, and this is not true just of me or Viivika. It's true of anybody that offers classes. If they're truly being authentic, they have to embody it within themselves, and that means going through whatever the process is. That means doing the work, doing the homework, working on yourself. And that doesn't mean you spend all of your days just digging, rooting around in the ground, looking for trauma or drama to be able to bring up and release. But as it comes up, you don't run from it. You don't hide from it. You run. If you run towards it to be able to discover what's there. And it's not even necessarily any story that's associated with an energy that may be arising. It's just the energy itself. It's just the feeling. It's just an energy that is stuck and in essence frozen in us. And something that's frozen can't really flow like water. It's frozen. So when those things arrive, when we get triggered, whatever it might be, we move towards it in terms of feeling it so that it can be released. Viivika and I have discovered that we are masters at doing this with each other. So I have a nickname that I use with the two of us. I call us first responders of love. And you know how first responders are. When there's some kind of an emergency, most people run the other way. First responders run towards it, whatever it is. And when stuff happens, that's what we do is we run towards it, we move towards it. And we're really good at helping each other through those, because we never take it personally. I don't blame her if I'm being triggered. I don't blame her for triggering. And she doesn't blame me for if I trigger her. We both know that it resides within us, and that's where we need to look.
And I would like to explain also a little bit when David told that how we releasing our shadows and doing this inner work, and we doing it also just in everyday normal life situations that we most of the time, almost all the time, we are this is our very core, this neutral state of beingness. And when we are in this neutral state, this is our core. We are observers to all the situations that we're going through every day. And when we see that something when we feel that something triggered us, we always knew that there is something still within us that feels a separation from ourself as love, because there's nothing outside of us. All is projection of ourselves. Everything is projection of ourselves. And we're not blaming other people or each other when we are sometimes also triggered, when we just diving deeper and deeper. And this is I have a family, three boys also, and then this is really a really good good place to do this inner work every day. And this is how we are
So
training our mastery.
yeah, well, real life is the training ground.
Yes.
And
yes.
that's why I wanted people to know about your work, is that this is a way to not be frightened of those things that show up, because that's, as David said, we're in a learning environment if we look at everything with that perspective. And in a lot of ways, it's like a clearing and clearing and it's like, oh, that's still there, clear some more. But instead of being afraid and stuff it like you would as a small child, you can't deal with trauma very well. But everyone's version of their story or of their perspective that they had as a child is being shown to them in their movie, right?
Yeah, and we're looking at everyday life as a movie. We are witnessing, we are this witness who watching this movie. And sometimes, we engaging also, we are active participants in this movie, but we learning more and more, everybody from us learning more and more how to be this conscious participant in this movie.
Right. Well, and that's where the joy is. That's why for people that may not necessarily resonate with the ascension path, but they want to go to a spiritual self-development. They want to go out of personal development to a spiritual environment where they're in love with themselves and everything around them. This is a viable way, right, David? That's the way I look at this work. This work is so beautiful because it fits for anybody that wants more, that wants to be looking for the divine in everything. They can find it first in themselves and then in others, but it's not hard, it's not frightening. There aren't tons of tears unless there needs to be to clear. It's quite remarkable, the work that you both have come up with to the heart.
It is, and truly that is the essence of the work that we do. If you ask me what is it that her and I offer, what do you receive when you come to a class? I don't have, when you as you do this work, it literally And you know this is true, Kathy. It literally humbles you. It doesn't give you any room to step out with how wonderful you are. It just humbles you, brings you right back to the ground. You know that I don't think of myself as a teacher, because that means that there's some kind of hierarchy between myself and students. I think of myself as just another person on the path, like all of us are. There's at the core, there is no difference between me and Viivika and anybody else. We are all source. When it comes down to it, there's only one of us here. In all these different unique expressions, there's still just one of us here. There's only source. There's only God. There's that wonderful Sufi teacher, I can't remember his name in this moment, that had hundreds and hundreds of students, and one day he quit teaching and just didn't share any more classes. And somebody came and asked him why he didn't teach anymore. He said, because everybody that I look at is God. But what would I ever have to share with, to be able to teach God? That would be hubris on my part. He eventually returned to sharing, just not teaching. So her and I do an incredible amount of inner work together. We meditate at least once, sometimes two, sometimes three times a day together. And we have really aligned with each other. We're very much in sync with each other all the time. She feels what I feel what she feels. We mirror each other in terms of, yes, we are different facets of the same diamond, and yet we are always in harmony with each other. And when we are together and we're focused on anything, it doesn't matter what it is, it really doesn't. But say in the context of a class, if we're focused on being present with everybody that is in the class, we can feel their souls, we can feel their hearts, we can feel everybody is connecting with each other. And whatever it is that her and I focus on together, there is a field of unity consciousness that forms around us and around whatever it is that we're focused on. It happens very organically. We don't have to do anything anymore. There's no doing involved. There's just beingness. It's just who we are. You know, we're sitting next to each other right now, and we're also at the same moment deeply connected with each other, even though she's in Spain, and even though right now I'm still in Mount Shasta. And that field of unity consciousness, that's the very essence of what we offer to anybody that comes to a class. That in those moments you can resonate with that, you can mirror that within yourself, and you can feel what it feels like inside of yourself. And once that quickens in you, then you're on the path, no matter how secure it might be or how straight it might be. That's the essence of how I feel of what we offer is a unified field. And there are lots of teachers that are out there, people that offer classes. There's some huge souls on this field, just immensely elevated souls that are also offering in the same way. And that's what everybody is really sharing is the vibration.
And at the same time, everybody is sharing from their unique perspective. And even when we are all this united field in this class, and we are in strong heart connection as one heart, and it is becoming then one shared experience. So everybody are the part of this experience, but simultaneously everybody feels that in their unique way, every experience is unique, and it doesn't matter how far you are in your path, you feel that in your unique way always. So everybody is always really welcome, and we are in these classes always as one.
And let me just say one more thing.
Okay.
We're certainly not looking to make little mirrored copies of us in other people. Everybody is unique. We don't expect everybody to follow us. Oh God, no. If there's any following involved, it's follow yourself, follow your own heart, follow your own guidance. Remember who you are, and that will guide you wherever it is that you're going, whatever your path is.
Yes, that I would say the opportunity is to get quiet, take a class. Again, if you can be in group rather than buying the recording, I think that's fantastic. But surrender yourself and your logical mind so that you can actually feel it. And David and Vivek have become a portal to all that is, so that you can remember your path to that. And the more that you're in that field, the more things just start shifting. Your heart opens up, your fears release, your story that you may have had that you thought served you, that that doesn't gets to go bye-bye. I mean, I've seen people, there was an artist in one of our classes that took several classes with me, that when she started, she was really not in love with herself. And by the end of the classes, and actually several people I can remember from the past couple of years, that they were glowing and in love with themselves. And I don't think there's very many personal development classes that do that. That this is a spiritual journey, but it's practical.
And
yes, please.
Sorry, good.
Go ahead.
And I just wanted to say, when you mentioned the creativity, that this is our natural essence. We are creative beings, and then this creativity just started to flow through us as us, and all these beautiful ideas, and simultaneously also this immense joy to create something new and unique. It's this joy this is what we feel right now really strongly with David in many months, this immense joy to create something new and share this our true essence, our unique expression as source, because source, when we started to feel that this is true connection with our heart, with source, and when we start to feel that it's such immense love and fulfillment what we're starting to feel, when all these places within us starting to fulfill with this our true essence. It's really beautiful, and yeah.
It truly is wonderful to walk this path. It truly is. the more that you remember who you are. This is going to sound strange. The more that you remember who you are, the more you remember who you are. The deeper you go, the deeper you go. The more that you remember who you are, you realize that this, whatever this is, this isn't, this isn't, this. All of this realm is part of a dream. And it isn't, it is, and it isn't. Reality is not real. What is real is your connection to source, to the self. And there is only source. That's all there is. There is nothing else. And yet we all have an awareness, to whatever degree that we do or don't, of the grand dream. We all have an awareness of our planet. We all have an awareness of our solar system and our galaxy and this universe. And there are many, 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 there are trillions more universes than this one. And it is all not, none of it is real, and yet it is real. So I love the Buddhist concept of, and if I think of enlightenment as a journey of 10 trillion light years, the actual enlightenment is just a millionth of a millisecond. It's just a little tiny blip on our journey. And there's a Buddhist expression that before enlightenment, a mountain is just a mountain. And upon becoming enlightened, a mountain is no longer a mountain, it is extraordinary. And after enlightenment, a mountain is once again just a mountain. Chop wood and carry water. And what that means for me is very simple. That if you can go look at a tree and you can just be with that tree and not think about it, not say, oh, that's an elm or an oak or a beech or a fir, a redwood or a pine or whatever it is, and just go be with the beingness of that tree. If you can do that without a filter, especially a filter of language, and just have a direct experience of that tree. That in essence is what being enlightened is that you're just being present in the moment. Whatever the moment is, whatever the moment is. I woke up this morning and discovered that I had a broken tooth, and I'm getting ready to sell everything that I own and move to Spain. And I don't have a car anymore, so I can't get to a dentist. And for a minute or so, I was going, oh, yeah. It went off into a little bit of imagining, and then it's just be in this moment with what is. Okay, you have a broken tooth. You have a broken tooth. It's all right.
So I want to, if it's okay with you. So David, I think that's part of the gift that you're sharing, is that there's people that are becoming sensitive, that are looking for making some sense of the chaos that's in our play. And if they're watching TV or they're listening to radio or they're getting it on the internet or social media, they may be going through waves of fear and joy and fear and joy. I mean, the ups and downs are quite dramatic. And so what I wanted to do right now is show them the course, the class that you're doing this weekend. I was going to put it up on the screen for us, and you could talk to people about how that class might help them as they're going through these changes to recenter to themselves. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Can you see that? There we go. That's as big as I can get it, I think. Let's see. Oh, that's a little bigger. Okay, so basically this Saturday, you're doing a lovely presentation on called The Wisdom of the Elders. So could you tell everyone a little bit about it?
Its essence is, even though this is going to be a shamanic journey through the Redwoods and a lot through our experience of recently being in the Redwoods in July and what happened to us while we were there and how it completely changed us. But really and truly, it's about connecting to your own roots, connecting to the roots through the journey to the Redwoods, connecting to your roots with the earth, letting your nervous system, your neural net, go into the earth and intertwine with the roots of all the plants, because all of the plants on earth are connected through their roots to all the other plants on the earth. And that also includes the connection through the mycelium network that is there in terms of the fungal world that connects everything to. And in that connecting of your nervous system, of your neural net to your roots, to the roots of Gaia, to the roots of Earth, to the roots of all of life here on the planet, then it extends out in a journey. It's not just connecting to Gaia itself, it's connecting to the roots, which you could call the ley lines, if you wish. You could call the grid lines that exist throughout our solar system and connect us to our sun, and within the context of our galaxy, that connect us to every other sun within our galaxy, that connect us to other galaxies. It doesn't quit, it doesn't end, all the way back to source. However deep in any individual is able to go, that's how deep that they will connect. And that network of roots, the neural net of the earth, the neural net of the entire universe, of all of the universes, that's very simple. It's just love. That is what everything is connected through and by.
And how this class came into being. The elders of the earth and the Redwoods, they connected with us and they asked to strengthen our foundation, our roots. And of course, as David said, our foundation is unconditional love. But this very first step is unconditional love to ourselves, to bring together, to unite all of our fractals, all fractals of our souls. Sometimes when we experience really traumatic event in our life, our soul can how it's in English. some fractals of our soul can be separated, and we feel this separation and unconsciously all the time. And at the same time, we all had in this lifetime and many lifetimes some kind of traumas, but there is always some kind of similarity in these traumas, and we can call this also root trauma. And there's different levels and layers within that. And when sometimes we just opening up so quick, as happened with me also, that I opened up so quickly, and higher and higher and higher and higher levels of consciousness opened up. But my foundational energy, my core energy, was a little bit weak because I didn't fully heal my personal root trauma also. And this is what we also did with David when we met. We did even deeper and deeper and deeper into this layers, because we both recognized that we had a really similar root trauma within ourselves also. And now in this class, and our roots, they are always growing from our heart. So this is heart connection with everything what we are. And if our roots are really strong, our foundational energy is strong, we feel this self-love, this confidence, and we feel this connection with everything, with all physical beings in this earth, and with Mother Earth, and we feel this strong connection with ourselves. And this class, we feel we will repair this root connection with ourselves, within us. So if we, for example, if we have we didn't have a good relationship with our mom or our father, we have there some kind of disconnection always with our feminine or masculine energy. And in this class, we connecting all our parts, and we also connecting our upper, lower body. Sometimes we can feel really deep disconnection, as for example, I also felt with my lower and higher body. And we're reconnecting our feminine, masculine energy, and through the love of Divine Mother and this secure energy of Divine Father, we're releasing this root trauma and drama within us, and we're reconnecting as one with them, with everything, with our branches, with our roots, through our heart. And everybody will feel this fulfillment.
And one of the gifts that all of us will receive, including Viivika and I, when we first journeyed there last July, at the end of July, we were walking through the forest, and I could not look up. The moment that I began to look up, I would become completely disoriented, lose my balance, stumble, maybe even trip. I think I even fell once. And it's ironic that in the presence of these immense beings, these ancient beings, I could not ground myself. And yet, if you just look at the way they present themselves, they're hundreds and hundreds of feet tall and weigh an immense amount of tons. Some of these trees are bigger than 12, 14 feet in diameter. They're immense beyond imagining. And yet their root systems are all on the surface. They don't have deep tap roots that go down into the ground. And yet they are also just like us. They have a central spine. They have a central column that runs through them. And it is that column that they extend down into the earth and connect to the core of Earth, the center of Gaia. That is what supports them. That is what holds them up. And if you look at any seed that you put in the ground to, say, to grow a garden or whatever, doesn't matter, even if it's a wild seed, that seed goes underground first and spends some time before it can begin to germinate. But it doesn't just go up to the surface. The first thing it does is it sends a root down and it firmly grounds itself. It roots itself, literally roots itself in the earth. And then, and only then it sends a shoot up above the surface so that it has the stability and the strength to be able to support the growth that is happening above the ground. And we're very, very similar in the way that we are in our bodies on the earth. To one degree, we are connected and rooted to the earth. One of the things that I'm just now hearing that they will offer is the ability for each person to, in essence, stand up against, put their back to one of these redwoods and align with their spinal column connection, their ascension column connection. And in the same way that each individual tree has one, the entire earth has its own spinal column. So by extension, through these beautiful beings, these amazing redwoods, we will be able to align, each of us will be able to align deeper to the spinal column of the earth, which grounds us in these bodies, which can tend to just fly off. So,
The thing that I hope everyone gets to watch this interview more than once, because my heart is just going, it's so beautiful. The connection that you both have to each other, that's an example for the divine masculine, divine feminine balance, and the opportunity to remember our connection and navigate these changing times with ease, more ease and grace, certainly more grace is really important. So I wanted to see if Viivika might be willing to do a little light language for us. We have about 7 minutes more. I didn't know, just so that people realize that this isn't an experiential class like all of the Eden template classes, and Viivika adds her divine feminine heart connection, rose connection to all of this work now. So I didn't know, Viivika, is that okay?
Yes, of course it's okay. I just wanted to very shortly say also about what David explained, that
Oh, okay.
About redwoods, that this connection, root connection, what redwoods have with the earth and with all these other trees, this is what make them also really strong, because when we all united, this is our true power.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
it is a forest.
Yeah. And even when I do this transmission, this is always both of us, me and David, and of course you, Katya, also part of this transmission. Maketta tayak miwara sekarana tatamian kurum. Isuru yara taratataya makukana kasekarameatang. Yorutu kutuyama esayana ketana katama ketana. Ariara hen. Itu Yashuana Seseya. Anake kurea sumukumu anakerano sukien an anakurunamam. Atukurete ketene tetuasa yusuhu tutumam. Etukukurete yatumam inoase yasemam. Seyatura iramikitam. Utuisha suatananaketam. Meaturu masen, ikatana keme wana kanamam, atorana kesunara kemem, ishua sekatana kata 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 kata. Feel this peace, balance in every cell of your body. And you are this peace. Blessings, dear hearts.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of my life. Wow.
Thank you for being a part of our life.
Yeah. Wow. We're so lucky. Well, I want everyone to be this lucky, actually. I want everyone.
Blessed. This is not luck.
Okay. I like saying I'm lucky. So
It's also a beautiful word.
so there. Well, everyone, I want to make sure that you know how to get a hold of David and Viivika, and I want to encourage you to have this experience, this class, and any of the other classes that they put together. because the opportunity for extreme, lovely healing is real, and it's available for everyone at this time. So, David, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you and to sign up?
You just come to our website, which is just what our name says below. It's just theedentemplate.com. And there's a link on the homepage to sign up, to go to the sign up page for this class. It begins at 10 o'clock this Saturday at 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern, and 7 o'clock in the evening in Central European time. And sign up for our mailing list if you haven't already, and we'll let you know about all the future offerings that are coming up, of which there are many right now that are coming through.
And I want to encourage people to go to the website and look at the past recordings too, because I can tell you every one of them is a gift. Every single one of them will help you in some way as you're going through all these changes and seeing the inverted matrix out in the in the projection. You get to see which part of it you want to adjust, change the dial, erase, whatever you want it to do.
Yes, it is like a tuning instrument. This is divine instrument, our body and our light body, and that we will finally feel attuned. This is our true core energy. And then we are always in this place of peace and love. And whatever the outside world happening, it's we are this peace, we are this love.
That's right.
And then we can hold this place for others.
Don't get caught up in the circus, because it's just a circus.
Right.
It is not. You've heard the expression, you may have heard me say it, reality isn't. The world that you see out there, that is a projection of how you view your own consciousness.
Right.
And if it's chaotic, well, that's a reflection of your consciousness. Mm-hmm. If it's peaceful and filled with joy and lovingness, that's also a reflection of your consciousness. That's true. Don't believe your mind. Don't believe your brain. As Neville Goddard said, thoughts be like gangsters, and they're just trying to steal your attention. That's right. And that's what the inverted matrix is doing. So stay in your heart and know that you are love, and work on that expression. If there is work to be that. Yep.
And you will learn this language of love. And you will speak that through your heart, and others will feel that even without any words.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, I'm afraid we're out of time. So I thank you so much, both of you.
Thank
and
you.
Viivika, that was beautiful. And I'm so blessed to have you in my life. Anyway, everyone go to the EdenTemplate.com. Please go.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Whether you're listening live or in the future, thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Blessings.
Bye.